over to you, Zameer.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here. And look, part of the education slot, as you might have got on my theme, is how we can get the most in presenting ourselves well to our fellow colleagues and the visitors who come. So, one of our key values, core values even, is building relationships. And how do we build relationships? We do that by educating each other about who we are. Can someone give me an example of how we can educate each other in the BNI format about who we are?
One-to-one.
One-to-ones, yeah, great. Not the one I was thinking of. 10 minutes, thank you. Have you read the notes? He's on it. Excellent. So today I wanted to talk about some top tips on approaching your 10 minutes presentation. Now, for those of you who are new to the group or don't know, as a fully fledged BNI member, one of us gets a 10-minute opportunity every week to spotlight who we are, what we do, and most crucially, what are we looking for in terms of referrals. And there's a few tips and tricks that I've sort of learned over the years and sort of on the various BNI podcasts as well, which I think will help really enhance and amplify the power of that 10-minute. So the first one is don't overload. So, I think for a lot of people, public speaking is always a bit tricky. And the last thing you want to do is get to the front of the room thinking, I've got to present all this stuff in 10 minutes. On the walk up, it's like walking on the plank because you think, oh my God, 10 minutes is forever. When you start and click the button, you're like, oh my God, I've only got 9 minutes 59 to go. So the most important thing is don't overload yourself. Go up with a strategy and have a key to what you want to deliver. And that's in terms of slides. So I don't know about you guys, but I'm so useless at slides. I do these amazing slides and I forget to press the button. And about 6 slides on, I'm like, oh yeah, sorry. So yeah, just have slides that you can remember and manage. But also in terms of information, so don't pack the screen, because the slides are your friend up here. So that will give you key reminders of what you want to say. So you want it to be clear for yourself. But also you don't want to distract the audience. So really important, keep it nice and concise and visual if you can. The next thing is don't rush yourself by being efficient. So you don't want to come up here and say, I do A, B, C, D, E, F, G, because you're clearly not going to have enough time to deep dive into that. So pick 2 or 3 things, key services, key products, your champion product, whatever it is that's your leading theme, or whatever it is that's promotional at that moment in time for you. So try and target what you want to promote, rather than talk about everything you do, because you have that every week. You can tell people in the one-to-ones, in the 45 seconds, what you do generally. Deep dive on what you want people to focus on. And the other thing is, I would recommend, we all have an intro slide, right? We talk about how amazing we are, this degree, we've done this in our career, we went to this big company, etc. Yeah, don't do that. Because, number one, you don't need to justify who you are. You're a champion in your field, so come out, quick synopsis. You don't have to read out your LinkedIn. Tell people, this is what I've done, I've had X number of years in the game, this is what I specialize in. It's not about building your profile here, it's about building your credibility, and credibility comes from information and education. As we say, BNI, being specific is?
Everything.
I didn't think that would work. Fantastic. So use the opportunity to be specific. One, in terms of your ask, so don't forget to ask for your ask, which I did last time, so don't do that, because it's a great opportunity again to elaborate as well. So you're not just saying, I want X dentist from this practice, you're saying, because we can do X, Y, Z for them. So you get a bit more time than your 45 seconds. But also be specific in what you want people to look for you. So for example, I would come up and say, look, I do employment or HR, but I'm not really looking for employees. I'm looking for business owners. I'm looking to work with businesses. That is my key. So, being clear so people know, because for example, employment law is quite wide. So you could get referrals on both sides of the fence and maybe you don't want them. As I said earlier, the slides are your friends, but they're not a safety blanket. So I don't know if anyone remembers when I talked about top tips in your 45 seconds. and I was encouraging coming up without reading. I'm not doing a good job of reading notes. But yeah, having notes as a friend, as a reminder, but not reading them verbatim, because you want to establish contact with the audience, you want to be engaging, and you also don't want people to just focus on the slides. So I've seen some, which is really natural, it's not a criticism, but you'll be sort of, yeah, so basically I did this case study, so you're looking at the slides and you've completely lost the audience. It's very easy to do, not a criticism, but try and take yourself away from the slides, because that's your friend. It's not meant for you to sort of read out. And finally, try and finish with a quick summary. So what you do in a sentence, the problem you solve, really, really important. How can I help? And also, who am I specifically looking for? So now it's not necessarily just your specific, it's groups. So I'd be saying care homes, franchisees, dental practices. So give a little summary, because obviously 10 minutes might go really fast up here, but over here we're taking so much information in, it's very hard to piece it all together. I for one, am I retain information when I write notes, which is why I always have my tablet out. And when someone summarizes something at the end, I love it, because I've got 3 bullet points to say, right, that's what they're looking for. So just remember to wrap up and make it really clear. So I hope that's helped, and looking forward to your 10-minute presentations to come.
Brilliant.